It's the all-time series 24-11, but Kansas has won 5 of the last 7. And Edwards both in the starting lineup. That is Edwards missing the jumper. And a look at the Kansas starting lineup.
Wagner is really good defensively, fights over screens, and this is where you're going to see Kansas go all game. And they're a very good passing team. Everybody on the floor right now for Kentucky can handle.
Mexico State and Texas A&M Commerce, although they were down 21-8 in that.
And it was just an easy score for Hunter Dickinson.
Tough shot there. Step back 3 by Reeves won't go.
But Mccullar looks a lot like Jalen Wilson with the way he's playing this year, doesn't she? Thought there's no way that a group of freshmen can be a dominant team, and they were. And he continued with Kansas. He can really shoot it.
6'9" from Australia. Here he is. Tipped away by Jordan Burks, but Furphy has it for Kansas. And Mccullar, the lefty, passes up the 3. Still plenty of time. Here goes Wagner. Left hand around.
Sure, that's the kind of shot, a challenge 2 that Bill Self wanted to see.
Line in there, couldn't come up with it. Dillingham gets a second opportunity, finds Mitchell, and he can't lay it in from about 4 feet away. As it's swatted away by Harris, it never went out of bounds. And Mccullar, a couple of notches this year.
Did before that. He's really, what is Adam, 6'4", 6'5"?
They list him, I think it's 6'7", but probably more like 6'6".
Jumps out of the gym.
Yep. Jackson underneath. Mccullar, yes.
Guard skills, high release on that shot. He is a good player. Scored 3,700 points in high school.
At the line, Kentucky has come back to the first half.
Well, Kentucky now, Kansas has helped out a little bit by
Dickinson out of the game on the bench for the first time tonight as Wagner misses the 3. Parker
to Kansas, and he's a good athlete and a good offensive player.
Number 23 in white, Mccullar into traffic. Loss for Kentucky as Shepard is going to come out, and we check in with Holly.
Going into this season, he wants to be Mr. Versatility.
Well, to that point, Holly, he's a career 30.
Dillingham off to Reeves. The kick out to Edwards.
And drive it. They get, after a couple of actions, they're getting into their dribble drive now where nobody can hit. You make most of your best points during the timeout.
Thank you.
But Kentucky doesn't turn the ball over.
Right.
This young team, but they are not reckless with the ball. They do not turn it over. Look at that crossover. Yeah, that was, well, I didn't say you don't make good points. You make your best points off the air.
Yes.
Arguably.
Has not relied on the 3 very much, or has not been a very prolific three-point shooting team. Easy 2 on the night. So 27 of their 36 points have come.
VP of the Philly Public League title game.
Now he went back up the court, wringing out his left hand. That's his shooting hand. As
high post, and then KJ Adams can go into the low post, and he plays angles extraordinarily well. In the first 2 games, they're only averaging 4.5 turnovers a game, so it's not unusual. It's just unusual. Talked about him being a good offensive rebounder. Donuts, he had a big old cup of it today at practice.
Reeves driving on Mccullar, who stays in front of him. The arrow passed up the 3, instead trying to drive Dickinson. Little look away, trying to go all the way. Ooh. And last year, didn't make any of them, but there is some talk that that'll become a bit more of a common thing for him. Now saved it to Jackson, who somehow didn't walk. And Kansas still has an opportunity.
Oh, what a Kentucky's down the floor. Antonio Reeves was going to cut to the basket and stopped his cut.
Lay it in with a left hand. Adams on the deck, and it's Kansas ball. They got numbers. Harris.
Good fake. Birds. You know the best player in Illinois State history is?
I do not.
Doug Collins.
Wow, so Mccullar. Wide open Furphy. They're going to try to pound the ball inside. Each team understands what their advantage and disadvantages are. And repetition in practice and competition for minutes.
Well, it gives them rim protection, too, and they can have some different looks. They can go. They played in Charlotte against Virginia Tech. The young girls flocking to her. Pete Maravich play.
Reed Shepard has checked back in for Kentucky. Limited minute.
Wagner. And that's really, I think, made
Harris probing, keeps the dribble alive as he always does. Mccullar cuts. Can't.
They're coming with the double.
Mitchell.
I love her. She's taught me everything I know.
Adams stays short. And now back come the Jayhawks and out of different ways. Mccullar over the top. Adams lays it.
Dickinson. He's had more dunks first 3 games at Kansas.
Reeves is open. Missed it. Does not go for Wagner. Back come the Jayhawks again looking for the lead.
Strong take.
They got it. Good out of time.
His teams are just so well prepared. And
back into the game for Kansas. KJ Adams went to the bench. Nearly stolen by.
He's got like 8 assists and 7 or 8 rebounds. Already got 11 points. Good tip out by Hunter Dickinson.
And to your point, Shepard at the point here as Kentucky comes up the floor. Reeves, boy, that's a clean look. Harris turns the corner, finds Mccullar, who finds Dickinson, who's headed. The arrow baseline over Dickinson, tipped away. 8 on the shot clock. Mccullar over the top to Dickinson, tipped to Thiero. Good cut by Thiero. Wagner up top, doesn't get anything, and it's Kansas ball.
Just rushed it. He didn't want to shoot it on that kick out.
What if Kentucky in transition. Reeves gets it back and missed again. And now a foul.
Mismatch.
Shepard driving on Dickinson and turned it over. Read well there by Mccullar. You talk about ripping and going. He couldn't. Under 4 to play. Kentucky by 4. Kansas ball.
Good pass.
Jackson.
Avoid picking up that 5th foul, but that gives another shooter scorer.
Harris.
Not wide open. And you just can't dare him to shoot. He had plenty of time. He doesn't get that much time in a horse game.
5 from 3. How about that? Reeves. Dillingham the kick. Reeves over Mccullar. No. Jamari McDowell in the game for Kansas here in the closing couple of minutes. Dickinson. Reeves. They surround him off to Mitchell. Shepard forces it up.